Hey everybody, Jake in the 308 back today with the Farmer Tan podcast, and we're rolling out a little segment that we like to call leftovers. Have you ever noticed that sometimes leftovers are better than the original meal? Well, that got us to thinking maybe the Farmer Tan podcast is a little bit that way as well. When Jared and I get together to cut an episode, oftentimes we kick the mics on ahead of time. This gives us a chance to do a sound check, make sure everything is working correctly, and oftentimes we end up with some really good stuff that never actually makes it into the podcast. And so we started thinking, why not take some of that stuff, put it together in a little segment. It's hit and miss. It's a conglomeration of various thoughts and ideas that have happened, and we're just going to put them together in a big old pile, and we're going to call it leftovers. And so hopefully you enjoy that today. Our only regret is that we didn't start rolling the microphones a little sooner in the evenings when we were taping these, because honestly, we have done some really good podcasts that never actually turned into podcasts. So that is our idea. You'll have to let us know what you think, but here is the first episode of Leftovers, and we hope you enjoy it.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, made it at 28 seconds into the whole thing. And all right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Get in, strap up, and hang on. You're getting ready to ride with the best of the best in the Midwest. It's the Farmer Tan podcast.
Nailed it.
Like that?
No, I liked it.
All right,
Man.
Just so you know, I am going to kick the recorder on because it seems like we end up with some fantastic sound bites when we're not recording.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, so I guess we'll try to get everything.
Good grief, yeah.
Right? It picks
Listen
up
to that.
everything. So I was thinking about getting moving blankets.
Oh, yeah. Something to just eat sound.
And they said this one thing I was looking at, and then I tell you to sit up here real close like this.
Oh,
and
gosh,
then
that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, right? So you get clear up here, and these will be, like, that will be your mic, and this will be my mic. So, I mean, if you want to slobber all over
Sounds
it.
like my subconscious talking right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So clear.
Yeah. Buy the F-250, Jared.
I don't need help with that. I'm trying to push that one down.
Yeah, I keep sending you
Oh, I know.
links that I
I
find.
like I was telling Molly, I was just like, the way kind of the late this summer is you kind of get an unexpected income. You're like, all right, that helps. And then you get an unexpected expense. You're like, oh, now we're back to where we were.
Yeah.
Oh, this is helping. Oh, no. Like today, the drill had bearings go out, and I knew the disc kind of needed replaced. So I'm just thinking, well, if I've got 3 bearings out, how many more are getting ready to go out? I ought to just replace disc bearings all. Then I know when they got replaced since I just bought it. And yeah, that's another expense I wasn't exactly planning on, but yeah. So it's like insurance gave me more for Karen than I thought. And then here comes a drill bill. It eats it all up.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it seems to be that's how that goes. We kind of had the same thought. Just, calf price is good, got LRPs done right, like feeling pretty good, and maybe we can update some stuff this year. And
Then politics get involved, and here comes feeder cattle down. And
yeah, and we end up with all sorts of different, like, oh, we hadn't planned on needing to fix that, or, whatever it is. And yeah, inflation and just input prices.
yeah, the repairs have really been a lot higher this year for me. I don't know about you, but it's just been an odd repair year, because it's kind of like, oh, I can afford to fix the semi upright, and then something happens at planning, and you're like, oh, absorb that, and then 2 other unexpected things. Yeah, feed wagon, this, that, and the other. So it's been a nasty repair summer.
Yeah, I don't know. We always talk about budgeting repairs, and we look at the number we budget, and we think, my word, you could fix everything on the farm almost for that.
That's the thing, is like the repair bill's worth more than a lot of the equipment. It's
and then somehow every year we're, over what our repair budget was, and like, well, but we had this goofy thing, and that, next year.
I'm sure every year's got its goofy thing, but yeah, you do the cash flow for the bank over the winter, and you look at your repair number from last year, you're like, man, that just seems unreasonable. It surely isn't that. I could pencil in something less, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Always count for something more.
Well, and I swear we take that number from last year, which was a real number now.
Yeah.
And then I bump it 10 or 15% and I put it in the sheet for next year. And then
It still doesn't do it.
somehow we outrun it. And
Yeah. Inflation is, I don't know. That's what everybody's blaming now. It was COVID. Now it's inflation. So
coflation. Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, we've practically done a podcast.
No.
I suppose we just as well go ahead and get started.
I was going to say, just get our complaining out of the way. I don't know if people want to hear that.
You know,
Misery loves company. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can relate.
there is some truth to that. And I'll probably have Savannah just like, if you like that, cut it in.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and.
Yeah, no, she's getting depressed.
Yeah, right. Well, and so I was thinking about what we were going to talk about today, or thinking about what we were going to talk about. I was thinking about that today, and everything I wanted to talk about is kind of a complaint, which is probably fair because, like you said, I think people can relate to that, but I don't want to be just a, gloom and doom, cloudy day type of podcast, but
I don't know why that's our tendency to always be negative either. I don't know why that's what we always reach for.
Well, I don't know either, but sometimes it feels good to complain.
No, it sure does.
So
I know some people say, complaining doesn't do any good. And I said, well, it never hurts to try. Might work one of these times.
Right. Yeah. It hasn't stopped me yet. So.
That's right.
So, all righty. Well, we'll see about getting something going today.
Okay. Refill before.
That's what's funny to me though is so where I grew up, like the cattle people were the ones carrying pliers. Like farmers didn't carry pliers.
Oh no, okay. That is funny.
And then I get out here and so had Gordy make me a hair-on plier holster.
Oh yeah.
And I was pretty proud of that. And I was showing it to Pastor Greg one day, and I was like, "What do you think of this?" And he's like, "I ain't no farmer." And I'm like, ouch,
really?
Man. Like
I move out here and now it's the other way around.
Now it's backwards, huh? Like why? Okay. But that's the thing. You want to talk about no man's land is on the, so if you're row crop and livestock, the row crop guys all think you're a cowboy.
Yeah.
And the cowboys all think you're a sellout and you're a farmer.
Yeah,
like, must be nice being a farmer.
Wheel toting farm.
Yeah.
Old people.
The funny part is, and I will absolutely be the first one to tell you this, but I will farm in shorts. In fact, I enjoy farming in shorts. And
I'm sure you catch flack for that.
Only from the cowboys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because the other farmers are like, yeah, I farm in shorts too. What's up,
exactly.
man? But, and I know there's a lot of different terms for this. Whatever your term for the gotcha grass foxtail is.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
If you had ever had to peel that out of like a dry fit Under Armour style shirt, you would not. You would not wear those.
Molly had to go walk through a farmer's field, had an issue. He's like, you need to come out here and look at this. And I mean, we can make a longer story, but basically the end of the story is she threw away her maternity shirts and maternity pants because they're full of foxtail. She's like, I'm going to be done with these in a month anyway.
Yeah.
Why would I deal with this? I'm just going to throw them away.
Yeah.
We just threw them in the dumpster.
You can't win.
Shoes were about worn out. She wore tennis shoes out there full of it. She's just like, throw it all away.
Yeah, there's literally no coming back from that.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, kind of the same way. Just not a lot of exciting stuff going on right now.
No. Although you did give me an idea at the end, like could have touched on what it is to be a green cart driver and how to be a good one.
Yeah. Or how not to be a bad one. Well, yeah.
Sufferings of a green cart.
Right. Yeah, we'll probably have one more that's still almost in harvest season.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, and we always talk about how busy we are. Like, well, so what have you been up to? And like,
That's just it. I mean, I guess I shouldn't just assume what our audience is, and I'm like, you get it. But yeah, I guess I could go in more. I don't know how to go more into it.
Well, I don't know either. And honestly, I used to get, like, you'd come home from school and Dad was always like, well, how was your day? And like, good. Like, anything exciting happened? Like, nope.
It's just a normal day.
And then I get so mad at my boys because they do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I will literally ask them, like, how's school today? Oh, it was good. Did anything exciting happen? Nope. Did anything unexciting happen? Not really. Like, so did anything happen? Well, yeah, I mean, we did some stuff. And I'm like what? Like, I don't go to school with you. Like, tell me what happened.
Yeah.
But now I kind of feel that way on the podcast a little bit. Like you said, I assume that everybody else is punching cows and picking corn. And
Yeah, I suppose to get better at that.
And honestly, like, I'll be honest, I usually try to think out a little bit how it's going to go in advance and have a few topics that if we
saw out.
Yeah, if we get bogged down, we can trip that and go.
I was trying to think about the whole podcast, but like I said, the only things I could come up with were soapbox things. I'm like, I don't know. It just seemed like the tone of the podcast didn't need another brand.
More complaining. Well, and honestly, about the last 2 episodes, probably, or 3, maybe, I had these ideas like, okay, if we get spun out, I'm going to throw this one out there because I think it'll go.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even get to some of the stuff I wanted to talk about because it just took off and went.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, clearly we have reached the point where we can just show up and let her rip. We'll shoot from the hip and it'll be great. And I'm not saying it wasn't.
I think it's solid, but I mean, yeah, I don't know if it was I don't know. It was probably fine. I think we're hard on ourselves.
Yeah, I think we probably are. And nobody will ever send us a message and let us know. So
I did enjoy the part about piling on Derek. He's gonna enjoy that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, do you think this is the last one before Thanksgiving?
I hope not, but probably.
Probably.
Yep.
One of my BSBs is a Thanksgiving theme.
Yeah. What is today? This
12th.
12th?
Yep.
So today is the 12th. It'll probably come out like Monday.
It'll be the 18th. Thanksgiving's the 28th.
Let's treat it like it is.
Okay.
Thanksgiving spectacular.
There we go.
And if we got time,
spectacular.
Oh, for the sake of full disclosure, the recorder is running, just so you know.
Oh.
It is now.
Yeah. But we normally do that anyway because we get some really good sound bites like ahead of time.
Yeah, Miranda rights are now in effect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Pressure's on.
Oh, yeah. Anything you can and say will be held against you.
That's right.
At some point.
This will never make it to a court of law, though.
No.
They'll edit this out.
I would
They
think.
never allow this to make it to the stand.
No, I would.
Not this nonsense.
This will get cut.
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. But for one, we have noticed it works better if you have a chance to like warm up because you can sit here and talk, right? And jabber.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second you put the headphones on, like,
Crickets.
So Garth, calves are crazy, huh? And you're like, yep. So it helps you warm up.
They are.
And it also helps me. I watch the equalizer bars and I can tweak everybody's mic just a little bit. Like we have podcast editing equipment that'll take the highs and lows out, but we still kind of try to keep them relatively even, and it's hard to say. So anyway,
Well, it looks pretty official.
I guess. Are we ready?
I think so.
That's the kiss of death, because then everybody's like, "Whoop,
Yep.
got some rain.
Weather's been okay.
Ish. Oh,
Been
man.
busy.
Yep.
Yep. Working hard or hardly working.
All right.
All the classics.
All of them. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get this thing going here.